Oh, and actually, before we... Hey everyone, this is Thecos, and today I got something really cool because today I want to show you Hoki, the fortune-telling legacy solitaire. So huge thanks to Mek Mek Games for providing me with a review copy. Not only that, they also sent me the nice edition here. That is really cool. And whenever I decide to do a video, I always have to think of like, what kind of video do I want to make? Because yeah, of course, that plays a big role in how I present the game. And here I thought, you know what? This is a legacy game. Right, so I kind of know what it's about, but I haven't actually really looked into it and read the rules and everything. I will do that while I will be doing this video here. We will be experiencing this together, so that is really cool. So before we do, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's go. All right, here we go. So what is this game in general? In general, this is described as a new form of traditional solitaire, and each attempt only takes 5 minutes. Well, you get much more out of it, of course, because it's a legacy game, right? So you will be like following a story and completing legacy challenges. You will be transforming the deck you play with and unlock the fortune-telling book. So that is very interesting. With this book, each successful attempt will forever result in a fortune told, it is said. That's very interesting. This follows a story which is divided into 3 acts. Act 1 is the tutorial, and that is what we will be playing now, right? This used to be a Kickstarter campaign, but now you can just buy the game just like that, right? There are like several things you can either get the main game, which we will find in here. You can also get like the limited edition wooden box, which I got, which is like really nice, thanks to Mek Mek Games. And there are also like add-ons you can get, and I got a few of those as well. So they sent me the Seer's Key, I think it's called, and the Seer's Mat, I think. So this is like a wooden bookmark that looks really cool. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. And also we got like the play mat here, like a nice cloth. So very cool. We will take a look at those in just a moment. First, let us experience the game as it is here. So this is Hoki Fortune-Telling Legacy Solitaire, and you see I have like this wooden box here. So if we just slide off this little sleeve here, it says on the back, will you become a seer? So it has like this seer fortune-telling vibe here, which is pretty cool. And then we have this really nice wooden box here actually, with like a magnetic clasp, which is nice. And when we open that up, we see that we have the box in here. I suspect that this box is like the regular box you get if you get the base game, right? But you can also get this wooden box here, which is really nice. It's a nice wooden... This is like really cool because you can just place that like in your living room or wherever. It's like a really nice centerpiece actually. I like that quite a bit. Yeah, it's really nice. You can also feel this. There's like a 3D effect, right? So it's like etched in here. The corners as well. So this feels really nice. Very cool. Alright, let's put that aside because we need this here at the main game. And this also has a magnetic flap right here, right? So let's turn this over. Is there anything at the back? Yes, there is. Hoki. It's a traditional solitaire game with a modern twist. Each attempt takes 5 minutes. That's pretty much like what I told you. Here we have like a little intro text. Dear reader, if you overcome my challenges, I will teach you to see the future. You will need patience, of course. The game is solitaire. Okay, that's a nice pun. Like you will need patience, but patience or patience in French is all. These are like names for like these solitaire card games that you may know as solitaire, but I think the original word is like patience or patience. Unlocking the fortune-telling book of sight will take many attempts. Then each successful attempt will tell a fortune. Will you become a seer? Kindly, something here. Very cool. So like the entire design and like the idea, the theme, that really speaks to me. I like that. That's pretty cool. Then let's open this up and see what we find in here. All right. So we have a little door. No, that's not a door. That's a mirror, I think. A little mirror up here. And then like all like held in like this black and yellowish tint. So it might look a little bit more white on camera, but it's like this beige tint. Not really yellow, but light yellow beige tint. Greetings. Hoki is a solitaire game that is guided by a story. Progression in the single-player experience relies on trust. You will be instructed when to open certain bags and read certain books. Proceed in the order that you are instructed. If you complete the story, you will unlock fortune-telling magic. Alright. Read each chapter in Hoki and then follow the closing prompts in this font. Okay, so in this in this capitalized, thicker, inky font. Here's your first prompt. So this is now then we would need to do. Please open the book below titled Hoki, which is this one here, and read chapter 1 to begin. Look at this, Mek Mek Games, and then fortune telling here is for entertainment purposes only. These cards do not predict the future, but reading them might guide you. Nice disclaimer, right? Because yes, if you tell people these actually foretell your future, this might be difficult. And this is the same thing on both sides. That is fine. So let's put that aside and let's continue. So you see, I'm just guiding you through your first experience here. Of course, this will contain slight spoilers, right? So what I advise you to do is watch this video until you think you have seen enough. And then if you like it, you can go and get the game for yourself. And if you decide not to get the game, or if you're not quite sure yet, well, just continue on watching the video. I don't know how long this video will be. Let's just see. And that was a rhyme that was not intended. All right, Hoki. All like in this black and beige. That's nice. So let's see here. Chapter 1, Pupil. Where am I? You ask yourself. The sun warms your skin. You smell the crisp air. In a vast field surrounded by mountains, a woman is sitting alone at a table. In a blink, you are sitting across from her. She is holding a coffee cup and saucer inches from your eyes. You hear it rattle. There are visions in the coffee grounds. Do you see? She's pointing into the cup with a free hand. Visions can gaze into your future. You look in suspiciously. A beautiful scene unfolds within the brew. People, landscapes, and animals. Good. She leans back. We are inside of the box you've just opened. Come here to experience visions like in the coffee cup, but... She hesitates. First, you must become a seer. You are lost. Shuffling a peculiar deck of cards, she deals 3 cards to you and 3 to herself. I am the enchanter. I will be your guide on this journey. Now she deals 3 piles of cards between you. These piles are called the mirage. A vision happens when you discard every card from the mirage. This is called a clear. With practice and intention you will clear often. A pupil aspiring to be a seer will fail often. My pupil, have patience and focus. She hands you a book labeled Act 1, Method. Okay, like this little nice illustration here. I like this minimalistic touch. I like that quite a bit. Open the pupil deck, pouch. Okay, this one is right here. So you see we have the different pouches here. Looking deck, seer deck, pupil deck. We have several books here. There's another pouch here. So, I think this is like the large pouch where the book is in. I think, we can see that on the Kickstarter page. And I think this pouch is large enough to take everything with you need. So you can actually just leave the box at home, just put everything in this pouch and take this with you. So yeah, really interesting. Very cool. So this we will not do yet. It said open the pupil pouch. Okay, pupil deck pouch. Let's do that. All right, here we have cards. Very cool. I like the style quite a bit. Can I open it like this? Yeah. Sometimes you can just open cards like this without having to resort to a knife. So now let's say a few things about components as well, right? Because that also is part of a game review. So yeah, very nice. This pouch feels good. It's like this little felt. Has like this felt touch. It's large enough, definitely, that the cards fit in there perfectly. You can close them nicely. Very, very cool. Like that quite a bit. You also have like this minimalist touch, right? This black and this like beige kind of thing. And they actually they hit the color quite well here. So that's nice. And also you can feel like what's printed on here. So that's nice. Feels good. I like that quite a bit. And also the cards feel nice. These are quite thin, so you can shuffle them easy. You can handle them quite well. That's pretty nice. I think you can break them in a little bit more so they feel even better to shuffle. And they have linen finish, right? They are quite thin. They have a linen finish, so these feel really good. All right. And then go read Act 1 Method. Return here to Chapter 2 Fragment when instructed, right? And then here would be Chapter 2. I don't know if we will get there today, but let's just continue. Let's put this aside for now. We don't need this for now. We have the cards right here. And then we are supposed to open Act 1 Method. Begin reading when instructed. Well, let's do that. All right, so now I guess we will get a few instructions on how to play the game. So here's very cool. You see, there is like a very nicely made QR code for video instructions. You will, of course, not need those if you watch my video. No, just kidding. Of course, feel free to check those out as well. I haven't watched them yet because, well, I mean, I'm opening the box for the first time, right? These following pages provide written instructions. You may proceed. Well, we will do so. So we have the Hoki deck here. So now we will do everything that it says here. And actually, the rules are very short. So I think we can actually like do the instruction, read the instructions here and set up the game. So we need to like deal out cards here. So what I will do, because they actually sent that to me, right? I will now take the playmat here and just put it on the table so that we have it on the table. I think that is pretty cool. And here we have the playmat. Very cool. This one's actually quite a thick, really nice cloth playmat. This feels really good. I like this. I thought it would be much thinner, right? But it's like really thick and feels good. Feels really nice. And see here, KS 2023. That's Kickstarter Pro, most likely. And if you pull that up a little bit, you also see like the word Hoki here in the top and the bottom right. Oh no, actually that's not the bottom right. I guess I just did this the wrong way. You probably have this way here. Yeah, that makes sense. So we pull that up a little bit like this, and I think like this we have a nice area here to play. Let's just see. Maybe I will have to like come a little bit closer again just in case we need to. All right, so it says here there are 24 cards in the Pupil deck and no duplicate cards. I think that's a very important info to have. This deck contains cards with 3 different colors, as you can see here, black, blue, and red. And 8 different symbols. So we have like, I can't really like describe these symbols because they are quite abstract, but they're very cool. Like these cards look actually really nice, right? I like the style quite a bit here. Right, the symbols are right in these corners here. That's actually a nice touch because if you're right-handed, you can see them up here. If you're left-handed, how would you do that left-handed? Probably like this, right? You wouldn't be able to see them up here, but you can see them down here then, right? Because you would hold them like this. I think that's how you would do it left-handed, right? I think so. So what we do is first we shuffle them thoroughly. So let's just do that. Let's just give them a riffle shuffle. They feel actually good enough that you can riffle shuffle them, I'm quite sure. So they said that you would actually build get a bigger deck and build the get new cards and stuff, right? So I suppose that the other pouches in the box that we haven't taken a look at are actually then more cards. That's very interesting. What I'm wondering is actually what happens when you finish this game. And you can also reset the campaign as far as I know, because there is like a sheet, like something you have to fill in, but you can print those out. So that is pretty good. All right, so now we deal out a cross with one pile of 3 cards at the top. So 1, 2, 3, right here at the top. Then we will have 3 piles of 6 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. And then we have these 3 last cards on the bottom here as a discard pile. So let me pull these up a little bit. There we go. And then this is like the setup you do. So not too much table space actually, right? So that is quite good. I think these are like, yeah, I don't know, like what 40 to maximum 50 centimeters in each direction. So that is actually like half meter in each direction. So that is pretty good. All right. So these, this is the discard pile, and we can take a look at that. The top pile is the Enchanter's Hand, and the 3 middle piles are called the Mirage, right? And the object of the game is to discard every card from the Mirage, so the center 3 piles, and this is like called clearing the deck. Very cool. All right, so what we do, each attempt starts by revealing the top 3 cards of each pile of the Mirage. So let's do that. We have like black here with a flame. We have blue with like this pyramid. And we have black again with the symbol right here. And during play, when the top card is face down, we always need to flip it over, right? So we always need to have these face up. So, and when we can no longer like reveal, which I cannot do now we need to discard cards by comparing the symbols or the colors of the face-up cards. We have two options. One of them is that we have a color match here. For example, these two blacks. That means we can discard one of those and put them here in our discard pile. So in this example, I could take one of these black cards and discard it down there. The other thing we can do is like have a symbol match. We don't have that at the moment, but let's just say these two symbols here would match. Then we can discard all the matching cards from the Mirage. So if all three had the same symbol, I could discard all of them, right? If they're both match types occur, so if I have like a color and a symbol match, then I can just choose which match I want to use, right? So here we don't have a symbol match, we only have the color match, right? So we can discard one of these two black ones. I don't know if there is a strategy yet, so I will just take this card and discard it right here. So that's what I did. And now we always need to like always flip over the next card here, right? And this is like how we continue. Let's say we cannot flip anything over and we also cannot discard anything, right? At the moment we still can do, but if we can't do it anymore, then we need to shift. That means we take the top card and put it on a like of one pile and put it into another pile or into an empty space. If there is an empty space, then we always need to put it there instead of another pile, right? That is described here in the shift thing. Okay, good. And then there are a few unique scenarios. I think we don't need that at the moment. So yeah, let's just continue. So again, we have a color match here and no symbol match. That means we need to like discard one of these colors here. So we already discarded one of those. So I think there probably aren't too many of those here anymore. So let me discard this one again. All right, let's turn that over. Okay, so we have a color match again, right? Let me discard this one here. And now we have nothing. That is like the example we had, right? So we can do now we need to shift. So let's do that. Let's just shift. Well, I guess let's just shift this one over here. Okay, we have two blues, so we can discard one. Let me discard this one here. We again have two blues. I know what's down there. Down there was like this disc, right? I still remember that. And I think we could also look, I think, right? This is not a memory game as far as I know. So let's just discard this one here. And now we have two symbols. That means we can discard two of the same symbol here, right? So we can discard both like this. Okay, that's a pretty cool concept. I actually enjoy that. So now we have different things. We can either have a color, we have a color match here, so we can discard one of those, or we have a symbol match and can discard both. I definitely want to discard both, right? Like that. Oh, another symbol. And okay, like if we have like three of the same symbol, that's also cool, because that is called a gleam, and then we can discard all three of those. Let me discard these two because they have the same symbol. Last card here. Oh, same symbol again. Yeah, let's discard these two. Like this. Okay. So now I can't do anything. What I will do, I will now shift one card over here. We have a color match. So let me discard this one. We already discarded discs, right? So there won't be one anymore because each symbol only exists one for each color, as far as I know, right? That means like there are like three colors here. And this symbol we have already discarded for blue and black, so this one isn't there anymore, so it makes sense to discard that one. So then here we have a color match again. Let me discard. I think we still have a pyramid. I think so, but I'm not quite sure because there are also like three cards here we don't know. So let me discard this one. Okay, so now we have the Enchanters challenge, and that means now at the end we see here that all cards are turned over, right? So there's no way now to finish the game. So what we will do now is we will take the three cards from the enchanter. We will take the top card, put it in the leftmost spot, right there. Then we will take this card and put it in the middle spot, in the center spot. And then we will take this card and put it right here. So, and now what we now need to do is now we need to try to clear everything in order to win. So let's see if we can clear everything, right? So here will be two symbols and these two. So we could clear these, but then we have these and we can't do anything here, right? So it would make sense to make it different. We can actually, can we do it differently? I could take these two colors, discard that. Yeah, actually that works, right? So that definitely works. I'm not 100% sure now if we need to like shift around or we can just take like any of these cards and discard them, but I guess we can take all of them because they're all face up now in these piles. So we need to get rid of these two first. So 2 red ones here, right? So we can get rid of one of those. 2 blue ones, we can get rid of one of those. We have twice, we have the same symbol here, right? And if we had to shift, I could do that, right? I could shift that one over here. And then we have these 2 symbols, we can discard both. These 2 symbols, we can discard both. So we actually successfully cleared, right? And then it says here that we have to stop here. And whether we succeed or fail, we return to Hoki, chapter 2, Fragment, right? So we go in here again. Chapter 1, Pupil is done. And now we go to chapter 2, Fragment. All right, so let's just continue right here. Giant trees surround you in all directions. Between them, there's only darkness as the sun fails to shine through. A path or clearing is nowhere to be seen. There are no birds calling. In fact, the trees themselves are perfectly still. You exhale a cloud into the cold air and wonder how long you will be here. It takes a moment for your breath to fade, revealing a shadowy figure in the woods. Are you lost? You turn to the sudden voice, the enchanter, sitting on a fallen tree next to you. She seems unaffected by the luck of a pupil. She shows you a handful of leaves, then lets them fall. As they drift down, they begin to stand out against the roughage. You bend down for a closer look. The leaves have become fragments of a map. Time is a torn map. You must assemble the pieces. These leaves have been discarded, but they are not useless. No, they are your guide. The cards you discard are these fragments, she says. A clue? You begin assembling the pieces and ponder her words. Just as you complete the map, you find yourself at the forest's edge. You are sitting with the enchanter again. More to come. She smiles and deals again. Now it says here, clue unlocked. Your discard pile will inform your choices. Grouping the discarded cards by symbol will help. Alright. Begin your second attempt, whether you succeed or fail. Read chapter 3, Reflection. Okay, so first we need to do our second attempt. So we haven't unlocked anything yet, it looks like. We have unlocked the clue that our discard pile will inform your choices. Okay, that makes sense. And now it becomes quite interesting because now we realize, okay, yes, this is kind of a solitaire game, right? Because it has like the solitaire-esque gameplay where we are trying to like clear cards or group cards, and it seems like very luck-based at first, but now it isn't anymore, right? Because now it tells us that we can now look at our discard pile at all times and group the symbols. So let's do that. So again, 3 cards here at the top, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Below that in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. I pull these up a little bit like that. It's very cool with the playmat actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't need the playmat, right? But it's a cool thing to have actually. It's nice because you also like exactly know where to place the cards, right? Because they're all like in this little grid here. And then this is our discard pile, and instead of putting it like this, we will now group them by symbol, right? Like this. Okay. So now it tells us a little bit more like what's already out. Okay. There we go. And there we go. And that is something that is important to know. I already touched on that a little bit earlier because this deck consists of 24 cards. We have 3 colors, which is like red, blue, black, right? And 8 symbols. And each card only exists once. So we already know, all right, 3 colors. So of that leaf, already one is out, the red one. We still have a blue and a black leaf in here, right? Now we just need to work with what we get and then decide, okay, do we clear colors, do we clear symbols? Because we can shift quite a bit, right? So that is quite interesting. So let's just continue. We do have the same color here. So let us remove one of those. It doesn't matter at the moment because we see all symbols are here in the same quantity. So let me just do it like this. We can also like maybe then put them like this later on if we need more room. Okay. So now it becomes more interesting because now we see here we have the same symbol or the same color. So I could now clear this one. Then we have one of each symbol. No, not all symbols, but we have one more symbol that we can clear one of. But because we only discard one, we have these 2 symbols still there, right? So it makes sense to first do that. Discard this one card here probably, right? Turn that over and then see what we get here. Because we might actually get the third of these symbols at some point, right? And then we have like all three. That would be too bad, right? Because each symbol exists there once in each color. All right, same thing here. We have two colors here. So two of the same color, so I will discard this one here. Okay, let's turn that over. We haven't discarded. We have. That symbol we have already discarded, right? If we do that. So, I don't know if that's a good idea to do. But you know what? I will still discard this one here. Let's just do it. Okay. So, now we will have to discard these two here. So let me just put them like this here. 2, 4, 6, 7. One more symbol we haven't discarded yet. I don't know which one that is. It's this one here. The kind of clock kind of thing. Already. Okay, 3 colors. So now we can discard any of those. So we haven't discarded this one yet. So let me take this one over here. Okay, like this. I think that works. Okay, let's turn this one over here. Oh, we could finish up these symbols now. I think that's pretty good, right? 2 symbols. Put them right here. Because then we're done with this, with these symbols here. That's pretty nice. Okay, so let's turn these over here. We have, okay, so we have here the same color. So we need to discard one of those. At the moment, it doesn't really matter which one. So let me just discard this one for now. Okay. Here, same color again. I could discard this one, then we're done with that symbol. I think that's not too bad, right? I think that's a good idea. So now we can't do anything, so we can shift now. Let me shift this one over here. We need to shift it to an open space if possible, right? Okay, let me see. Here doesn't really matter. We can discard any of these two. Let me just take this one here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, same symbol. So that means we can get rid of the fire completely. Nice. Very cool. Let's open this one up. We have the same color. That means we can get rid of one of those. Doesn't matter which one of both. We have only discarded one. So let me just take this one here. The plants. So now we can't do anything. So I will shift this over here. Turn over this one. And now we have only one card left each. Oh, we have the same symbol here actually. So we can still discard these two. And now we cannot do anything anymore, right? There will always be one card left at least, I suppose. Is it? Yeah, I think it has to be. And then we will take these cards, right? One there, one here, and one here. Like this. 2 of the same color. Yeah, and we actually did not win this time. Because there's one thing I didn't pay attention to. Because that is the colors as well, right? Yeah, because if we have one of each symbol left, that's actually a bad thing. Because now here is okay, we can clear one of those. So for example, this one here, right? And now I will shift this over here and we cannot do anything, right? No same symbols, no same colors. All different, right? This one is missing, this one and that one, these 3 here. So I actually failed. Okay, well, that is a shame. So let me take all of these again here. Let's put them right here in the middle. And then it says, read chapter 3 reflection, whether you succeed or fail. Okay, so these are, it's just the tutorial for now, right? Okay, so let me now just continue playing and read through the other chapters, and then I will get back to you and let you know what else will await you in this game. All right, so yeah, I have been checking out the game even further. So you did see like how the game generally plays, but in the course of the game, as you continue, you unlock more clues and things. So let me just roughly say what you unlock here. So first of all, you do unlock new like clues that tell you like how to best play the game, right? And you keep playing the game, but you only do that like for the first chapter, which is like the tutorial. After you have played like 5 chapters, right? We played 2, so there are 3 more. Then you will actually go into Act 2, right? And Act 2 then will change things up a little bit. When you play the game over and over again, you always like need to like reach something specific at the end of the game. I don't want to get too specific, in order to like get other decks to like exchange cards with your deck. You will see these in the looking deck here. I will not spoil that now for you, right? So you can still discover that on your own when you find the game. And then later on, at some point, you will actually be able to also open the Hoki bag. And that will then contain a little book here. where you actually can like do some fortune telling with the cards you then with the cards you have here, which is pretty cool because you actually like play the game, right? And like whenever you clear the last 2 cards plus the third one from the set, then will like be some fortune telling device, which is a very, very interesting idea. I really like that quite a bit. And what the game essentially does is like pretty cool because you have this Pupil deck here, right? Then you have the looking deck after that. So you don't get this deck like right away. What you will do, you will actually like start replacing cards. Like whenever you like reach these specific goals at the end of each clear, you will get more and more cards in your deck that you will exchange. So, and when you're done with that, at some point you will have like a finished looking deck, right? You will not have the Pupil deck anymore. And then after that, you will transform your cards into the Seer deck. So you'll transform more and more cards until you have like a completely different deck. And that is pretty much like the gist of the game. I don't want to like give everything away, right? But that is like, I think a pretty good overview. So, what is my first impression of this game? I like this quite a bit. First of all, the presentation of Hoki is stellar. I really like this. Depending whether or not you have like the extra stuff. If you do, like the wooden box is great. The playmat here is amazing, right? But even if you have just the basic stuff, everything has a great quality. I like this this minimalistic style here. Everything looks really well. Like the iconography is good. Like all the symbols are like different enough to distinguish them immediately. Also the colors are, in my opinion, that somebody who like has an issue with like distinguishing colors could rather say whether or not that's the case. Like on camera here, I think even on camera it works quite well. And the entire style and presentation is great with all this fortune telling stuff. Also the bags are pretty cool. And the gameplay I like. So it's like a very similar or like the same gameplay like all throughout, but you keep unlocking cards. You always try to get a little bit better. First you just get hints of how to play the game, right? So and after the tutorial you will start unlocking cards. And that is pretty cool. There is even this little page here, I think it's here, where you can like where you have like your progress that you can track, right? And that is pretty cool because you will transform your deck twice. It will take quite a while to get through here. Each game only takes 5 minutes, but you will play the game quite often, right? It's a really nice solitaire in that regard, because I think to just play the game you just need that deck of cards here. That's pretty much all you need, right? And you have a really nice solitaire game. But going through this legacy thing, like always trying to like have other symbols you concentrate on in order to transform your decks, is pretty cool. And it's easily resettable, right? Because you can just like put everything back where it belongs in these bags and then restart the game. You don't need to use this here to drag your progress. You can just copy that, and I think you can even print that out, right? So that's pretty cool as well. And then for those of you who do like the fortune telling aspect, this tarot kind of thing, you have that here. And that is also like really nice. I actually like this quite a bit. Then you can like do this little fortune telling thing. I think that's a pretty cool idea to like tie all of that together. What really ties all of this then together finally is like this story. And the story is good. It's fun to read through it. And this story guides you through like learning the game. That is like really, really clever, right? That you like play the game and then you think like, okay, I think I have the idea down. Just like you saw me in the second chapter, I thought like, okay, I think I have a strategy down. And then I don't. Because then you continue reading and then it tells you, well, maybe you should clear one pile at a time. Maybe you should protect symbol pairs that remain, right? These are all like hints it gives you to like play the game better. And as soon as you like have finished the tutorial, you know how to play the game. You know how to play it quite well, and then you can use that knowledge to unlock cards. So you do have some mathematics in here to like see, okay, how many symbols do I have left? But it's all open information down here. Everything you clear, right? So you can actually make informed decision, and that is really great. So this game really has like a really nice spot in the solitaire niche. It does something similar to other solitaire game, but it does it in a different way. That is done really well. You learn the game while playing, you get better, and your strategy changes. The greatest thing about this is that each game only takes like 5 minutes. It's like a really short game. So if you just have like 5 minutes or 10 minutes of time and you want to play something quick, you can play this, right? You can just take out the deck of cards and just play it. And if you manage to like reach one of these goals, that you like have a specific symbol at the end, that you can actually like transform your deck further, yeah, well, that's great. But you don't have to, right? You can just play the game like this, definitely. The only thing you need to know is that, yes, the gameplay is always the same, right? it is the same, essentially the same game. Imagine you have like a game, you play a game of solitaire, and then you decide to play another game. Well, it will be the same game, right? Yeah, of course. The cards will be in different positions, and you will maybe play a little bit differently, but in general, the gameplay is the same, and it's very simple. That's also the same, the thing here. I don't mind that because, yes, I do like more complex games as well. But sometimes I just like to have like this 10-20 minute kind of game that is very simple, that just relaxes me a little bit after work or whatever, right? Or like if I don't have like a whole lot of time, not a whole lot of space, maybe not a whole lot of mind space, so to speak, right? If I'm like really exhausted but I want to play something, which is like almost always the case, then this game is really good for that. It's a really good game for that. But of course, each game will be essentially the same or at least very similar. That's one thing to keep in mind. But that's like the only thing that I could say that might turn you a little bit off. But the rest, I like it all together. All in all, I really enjoy this. This is a fun solitaire game with really cool storytelling as you progress. It has very nice and minimalistic artwork, which I enjoy. It has a very quick and brisk kind of play. And also like the components are like really well done. Very quality components. There's one small thing I still want to test at the end of my showcase here. So we have this large bag, right? And it said online that you can take all of this. Let me just do that. It is the same size as the book, and you can put this all in the bag here. And yes, that actually does work. You can put all of this in the bag here, and then I suppose you can also put a deck in here, right? So let me just take one of the decks. Yeah, it all fits in here. And I suppose you could even put like all 3 decks in here, right? If you put them like sideways. Yeah, I think you could like put all 3 in here. That means if you don't need the playmat, you can just put everything in this bag and just take the bag with you, right? You cannot see it really because the playmat is so dark. So here, you have this one bag and you can take like the game with you on the go. That is actually pretty cool. So you don't always need that box here, right? You can just put it in the bag. That's actually a really nice touch. I like that as well. So you see that they really like thought of like how can you make the game experience even better. Oh, and actually before we end the video, there's one thing that we haven't taken a look at, and that is like this bookmark that was also an add-on on the Kickstarter, and I suppose you can also get that now. That's a little bookmark here made from wood. Look at that. That is really nice. Has like this. Let me come a little bit closer for that, because this looks really cool. So you have like all of this etched in here, like this eye that you also see on the cards down here. You have like the 3 little symbols here and Hoki, right? Like made from wood, really nice. Actually quite sturdy even. And then you have like this little eye pebble here on the string. These almost look like eyes, right? Like this seer kind of theme. So that is pretty cool as well. This has no gameplay purpose. This is just a little bookmark, but I suppose you can also use it for the book that's included in the game. So yeah, pretty cool thing. All right, and that summarizes my showcase of Hoki Fortune Telling Legacy Solitaire. Very cool. If you like what you saw today, you can take a look at the link I post in the description so you can get a copy for yourself if you would like to. Again, huge thanks to Mek Mek Games for providing me not only with a physical review copy, but also a very nice one. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. I especially want to give a huge thanks to all of you. A special shout out to all my generous patrons for supporting me generously on Patreon. And the biggest thanks go out to Thecos and Ryan Hall for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate your generosity. You can support me by watching, liking, and commenting my videos. You can also subscribe to my channel if you like my content enough. That would be amazing. You can support me on Patreon if you wish to do so, and you can join my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.